How's it going, everybody? My name's Yarno. Welcome back to the channel. I love to hunt, hike, fish, be outdoors. If you do too, then hit that subscribe button. Today we're talking about gear. We all love gear, right? But specifically we're talking today about the loadout I use when I'm out mule deer hunting. So this stuff is always with me, whether on my body or in my pack, and I wouldn't leave home without it. So let's start with the pack first. I run the Mr. Ranch Pintler. It's 2,355 cubic inches of space. You can also strap stuff on the outside on buckles. It's got the tri-zip design so you can get stuff at the bottom without having to dig all the way through the top. It weighs just under 6 pounds. And if you would like me to do a full breakdown of this pack, just leave a comment below and we can do that in a future video. The boots I use is the Crispi Nevada GTX. They're full leather with this rubber rim, and it's got the Vibram soles, so great grip. Love these boots, super comfortable, highly recommend them. Moving on to jackets, there's two jackets that I always have with me. The first one is this First Lite Puffy jacket. It's called the Uncompahgre. And it's super lightweight, it's synthetic, and it uses their 37.5 technology, so it breathes really well. If you've never checked out First Lite, go over to their website, check them out. Really like this company, they make great stuff. The second jacket that I have with me is my rain jacket. This usually is in my pack until it starts raining or it gets windy. I need to block some wind. But this is the First Lite Seek Stormtight. And it's great. It's got the YKK zippers with the rubber on them so you don't get rain through the zipper area. Taped seams. The cuffs tighten up nicely around your wrist so you don't get water running down your wrists and up into your armpit. So this jacket's been overall really great. Happy with it. It's super bomb proof. You can go through some really gnarly country with it and it won't rip or tear. I also have these First Lite Uncompahgre puffy pants with me. They got side zippers on them, which is perfect because then you don't have to take your boots off and stuff to put these on. But usually I throw these on whenever we stop and it's cold out when we're glassing. And you know, you just get cold when you're sitting behind the glass there. So these are great to throw on and you can just zip them up and you're good to go, and they keep you nice and toasty. And they're awesome, so I highly recommend them. Something that I wear on top of my boots is these First Lite Brambler Gaiters. And if you've never worn Gaiters before, I'm a firm believer in these. They keep out moisture from getting onto your pants and working their way down into your boots. And they also just make it awesome for crossing creeks. Keeps the dew and the dirt out of your boots. So highly recommend these, also great in snow. Moving on to optics, I run both the Vortex Diamondback systems with Binos and 10x42 Diamondbacks. And then I have the spotter that's the Diamondback 20 to 60 by 60, and you know, this is kind of their entry-level glass for Vortex right after the Crossfire, but I've been happy with them so far, and one day I probably will upgrade, but definitely a great place to start if you're looking for affordable glass when you're getting started in hunting. I also run them on the Vortex Highcountry tripod with the ball head on it. They got the quick easy switch plates so you can just pop them on and off, and this is another thing I highly recommend is to get your glass nice and stable. You want to use a tripod so you eliminate that shake when you're sitting down to glass, and you're able just to pick out animals much better when you're looking on that hillside or, you know, tree lines or wherever. You're able to see that flick of that tail or that little flick of the ear movement when you have stable glass. Next, I run the FHF Gear Pro-M Bino harness. This is actually a new piece of gear that I picked up for this season. I'm super excited to try it out. I did a previous video comparing this to my old Bino harness, the Vortex glass pack, and just super stoked. It fits great, super comfortable. I can also attach my bear spray on the bottom with the Molly webbing, so that's awesome. And on the side I will strap my rangefinder as well to have that ready to go when I need to check the range on an animal. Moving on to my rifle, this is the Ruger American chambered in .308. It's my first rifle. It's an entry budget rifle, which is great because, you know, I can take it out in the bush and not worry about, you know, scratching or denting it up. I run the Nikon Buckmaster 3 to 7 power scope on it, and I have this pad on the stock to just bring the comb up better so I can get my eye at the right level when I'm looking through the scope. Lightweight gun, it gets the job done, it's accurate, and I really do like it. Ruger makes great stuff. My preferred ammo this year is a Federal Premium Nozzler Partition in 150 grain. Federal ammunition, great stuff, so that's what I run in my rifle for deer. Knives. Who loves knives? I love knives. I always have two knives with me. They're both Benchmade knives. The first one is this Benchmade Hidden Canyon Hunter. It's a nice short blade, but I love just how round it is. It's great for skinning and just working on the animal. This is always strapped somewhere on my pack. And then I have this Benchmade Mini Freek that is always clipped to my pocket, and it's just got a great grip on this. I love it. Super grippy rubber on that. Benchmade, they make great knives, so check them out if you're looking for a new knife. Something that's always in my pocket is my headlamp. I have a Diamondback, Black Diamond, sorry. Yeah, there's the dyslexia, right? Black Diamond headlamp. Can't remember what model this is called, but Black Diamond makes great stuff. It's got variable brightnesses with touch controls. Also has a red light on it to help you with not ruining your night vision when you're hiking in to that spot early in the morning. And it's been good. It uses 3 AAA batteries, pretty good battery life on that as well. For GPS, I run the Garmin 64 with the Backroads Maps chip in it, and it's just great to navigate and know where you're at, so I use that quite often. Moving on to gloves, I run 2 gloves with me that are always with me. Is the First Lite Shale hybrid gloves. They're a merino wool and then a goat skin on the palm, and it's nice too because they have these pads on your index finger that allows you to use the touch controls on your phone, and they're nice and warm and rugged as well with the leather on them, so I always have those with me. And then when it's not so cold out, I run the First Lite Talus Fingerless gloves, and these are a merino wool glove and really nice just to be able to manipulate stuff but keep your hands warm at the same time. For headgear, what I run is the First Lite merino wool beanie or toque, and I also use the Aerowool First Lite neck gaiter. Just a wonderful tool to conceal your face, your nose, and just to keep rain and snow off your face as well. Moving on, something that's always in my pack as well is this rain cover. I just pull this right over my pack if it begins to rain to keep everything dry in there. I also always have my kill kit with me in this pack. I have caribou game bags, knife sharpener, something that's compact and easy to carry around, sharpen those knives when you're working an animal, a pair of gloves to keep your hands relatively free of grime and blood, and also I have just a spare Swiss Army knife in there with multi-tools if I fix something in the forest and the backcountry. I always have water filtration. This is just a Sawyer squeeze filter system. If I need some water, if I run out, I can just filter the water, make sure I have clean water in my water bottle. And I also just have some snacks with me as well, Cliff bars or drink mixes to give you the extra electrolytes and give you a boost of energy when you need it, when you're starting to feel a little tired when you're hiking around. Something I love that every hunter should have is a foam pad to sit on. Just keeps your butt warm, dry, and just comfortable overall when you're sitting down glassing. And I always have a scope cover with me as well to keep my optics clean. Another thing that's always in my pack is this little red bag. In it I have my first aid kit with just some basic items, alcohol swabs, band-aids, stuff just take care of any cuts or injuries in the backcountry. I also have some cordage with me always. It's good to have a lighter, fire starter, and matches, and also zip ties. You never know when you need a zip tie in the backcountry. Also great for putting a tag on when you down that animal. So that always lives in my pack. So yeah, that's what I have with me whenever I'm out in the woods hunting deer. Some of this stuff does change in and out with something else. Once in a while I may add something depending on where we're staying, what we're doing, but this is my core piece of gear that I have with me every season. And thanks for tuning in. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up, hit the bell for notifications, don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next time.